very blessed day, everyone. Greetings to you in the name of the Father, the Creator, the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He, Elohim, God in our modern day name, and in the name of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. This is Neophyte DAG bringing you the continuation of Esau rule in America, which is Egypt, Earth, Eagles, Babylon, Assyria, Nineveh, Asia, Amorites, and where we left off in the last message on Esau, Obadiah 1 verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are the things of Esau discovered? And we walk through part S, which is the way, the esoteric way to figure out the hidden meaning that's buried within scriptures and mythological stories in the Bible. We discussed Genesis 25, verse 25, and we gathered from that verse, Esau was red doesn't mean his complexion, It means that he's vibrating in a color that's red. He's of the lower state of vibration in our dimensions of time. So that's red Esau. That means he's part of the red dragon that's in Revelation that was also discussed. The red horse which came up, and also the red horse is the dragon that came up out of the sea, which is now in the earth. We also discovered that Esau was hairy, which puts him in the description of the wild man of Europe, which was also hairy. So we covered that in part S. We also drew images of the wild man to show you and give you an idea as to who's being described as the wild man. So we covered that in part 1. We also covered the wild man as he was depicted in this tapestry, which shows the wild man attacking Moors in Germany, as was depicted by this medieval art. And we also landed on the name Esau was an anagram. Esau, when you unscramble that anagram, you get the word S.E.A., which is single European act, and Esau, when you unscramble it again, E.U., the first letter, the last letter, E.U., European Union. And what we gathered from that, the S.E.A., which is a single European act, was formed based on 4 of our 5 divine laws. Left hand, right hand, feet, and the head. But the head is dedicated to the lower G God, which is the red horse, which is the dragon. So we discovered that from our last message. And also S.E.A. as of 1992 transitioned into E.U. So Esau formed that word, S.E.A. and E.U., 2 words buried in that anagram. So where we left off in the last message was Esau's origination in Europe, Revelation 13 verse 1, because Esau means sea and EU. Revelation 13 verse 1, and I stood upon the sands of the sea, which is Europe, which is where Esau is going to have his foundation. And I saw a nation, an empire rising up out of Europe, which is the first beginning of Esau. He doesn't become hairy as yet, but is originating in the S.E.A. anagram, having 7 heads, 7 members of that group, and 10 source of strength of that nation that was forming up. And up on his horns, crowns were on it. And up on his head, the name of blasphemy. That's the literal. We're going to go into the part S now. Sea is Europe. I stand upon the sands of Europe and saw a beast, a nation, an empire rising up out of Europe, having 7 members of that empire. 10 of them were at the beginning, but it whittled down to 7. We'll discuss that soon. And upon those 10 kings, queens, president, chancellors, prime minister's head, they had a leader whose name is synonymous with Lucifer, which blasphemed against the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahweh, who showed lack of respect for the Most High and the Lord. That's the part S. But it doesn't stop there. Same thing is being talked about in the book of Daniel. Daniel 7, verse 3. And 4 great beasts came up out of where? The sea. Same thing being said. Diverse one from another. And I saw in the night vision, behold, a 4th beast. The 4th one that popped up, which is talking about our time. It had 10 horns, just like what we have covered in Revelation 13, verse 1. 10 horns, it's telling you, once you do the remez, the comparative, the same thing is being talked about. I considered the horns, the 10 horns, and behold, there came up among them a little horn. Who's that little horn? Who is the little horn? Let's hear some more about the little horn. Before whom there were 3 of the first horns that were plucked up by a little horn. So there were 10 horns first, and then 3 of them were subdued by a little horn, which gets you back to 7 in Revelation 13, verse 1. The 7 heads, 10 were there first, 3 got wiped out by a little horn, leaving 7. That little horn was given what? A great mouth to speak great things against the Most High, which comes back to the name of blasphemy of the Most High. Revelation 13, 1, Daniel 7, verse 3, 7, and 8, all tie back together in Ramez. Brings us back again. Esau in Europe. That's where he is at the beginning. Then we're going to track his whereabouts to see where he is right now. Revelation 13, we're going to look at the full scope of it so we can understand what's going on with Esau. We jump to Revelation 13, verse 4. And they, those nations, worshiped the dragon, which gave them power, which gave power unto the beast, gave power unto the empires, gave power unto the nations of Europe, because they're in the sea at that time. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto that nation? Because that nation has the power and the blessings of the dragon. We're going to cover that dragon. Don't feel we're going to scuff over the dragon. We're going to dig into the dragon. Let's go to verse 5. And there was given unto that nation a great mouth to speak great things, and mouth to speak a whole lot of things, and blasphemy. And power was given to continue times, and half a time, which equates to 42 months. And he opened his mouth. Little horn opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High. Isn't that what we read before? Isn't that what we saw here? Great things, speaking blasphemy in 13:11. Isn't that what we covered? And he proclaimed war against the saints' little horn, and to overcome them, he was allowed to do that during his reign under the power and the guidance of the dragon, which is Lucifer, which is Dagon. But we're not stopping there, because when I'm telling you things, I have to be able to prove it out to you. So let's go to Judges 16, verse 23, when the saints were handed over to little horn. Then the Lord of the Philistines gathered them together for a great offering to Dagon, their god. Dragon, Dagon. Put the R in, you get the dragon. That's the anagram and the transliteration being used. Same character, which is Lucifer's name, as handed down throughout his reign of all that terror in Europe. And they rejoiced and said, what? Our Dagon has delivered Samson, which are the people of color, the dark-skinned melanated people, the Shemites that are in the middle of the planet, both in Europe. And then once we get to Earth, which is America, same thing apply. What did they consider those people? Our enemy into our hands. That's what Dagon did. So we're matching up Judges 16 verse 23 with Revelation 13 verse 4. Same characters being talked about with different anagrams. But we're moving on. Babylon, mystery religion. We're going to have to uncover who Dagon was, who he is still, and who's representing him. Dagon was actually but a mystery form of false Babylonian savior who's going to come and save the evil seed and make them more evil in the ways that they're doing things. Who was going to come and save E.S.A.U and make him the power structure in the sea and now in the earth. Translated, Dagon means fish in the Bible, means fish god. He's the fish god. So when you hear in Jonah swallowed up by the fish, don't think it's a literal fish. They're talking about two fishes that we're going to get into in a minute. But that's Dagon depiction on the right. The fish god, Dagon, with his lower subject, at the top end of the right side of the page. It originated in Babylon. We know Babylon now is what? America. It was then over there. Now the new Babylon over here. Same thing that's set up. Look at Dagon in that picture in the middle of the screen. Notice that circle where I put around his head. Notice that circle that I put around his head. Notice that circle that I put around his head. It's not there for decoration, but notice it. It's called a mitre. That's what he has on the top of his head. Dagon depicted in drawings in Mesopotamia. He had the fish running down his spine and the fish head on top of his head, the outline of it, called a mitre. That's how Dagon symbolized and depicted himself, who was part of his movement, had to do the same thing and represent themselves the same way with that mitre, the fish outline on the top of his head. The fish outline on top of his head. Let's move to Jonah 1 verse 17. And the Lord prepared a great fish. Dagon is that fish. Dagon is that fish, and the representative of Dagon is that fish to swallow up Samson, to swallow up the Shemite, to swallow up the children of Israel who were very unruly. Where did the fish swallow them up? Where did this fish swallow them up? Let's read Jonah 1 verse 15. And they took Jonah, which is Judah, and cast him where did they cast him? Into the sea, which is Europe. Into the sea, which is Europe. Telling you this story is talking about you in Europe. Is it coincident? It's the sea again? No, it's not. It's telling you were swallowed up in Europe by this Christianity, and then that Christianity came to earth, which is America, and swallowed you up again. And Jonah was put in the belly of that fish, that Christianity given to you by the Babylonian Dagon for 300 years, if you're looking at it at our particular point in time. And if you look at it much deeper, in a deeper esoteric meaning, time and times, that's the part where you're going to be swallowed up by this red dragon, swallowed up by little horn, swallowed up by Dagon. Time and times. 1 + 2, that's 3. In the third dimensional realm, that's where you will be swallowed up. In night, which is a darkness, the time of darkness, that's when you'll be swallowed up. 3 times where the Holy Spirit will reign during that time, times and half a time. 3 times where the darkness will reign in time, times, and half a time. 3 days and 3 nights. Various way to do the part that's on it, but I won't dig into that. In this message, we're going to go to who is representing Dagon now. If the hat fit, let them wear it. No, we go back to that book, The Babylonian Mystery, a famous painting by St. Ambrose wearing what? A mitre like the one Dagon was wearing. Doesn't stop there. On page 89, it shows again another Pope Paul V picture wearing a mitre. You look on the far right on the screen, 2 Roman Catholic priests wearing mitre. Now who the cap fit? Make them wear it. Same thing Dagon is wearing, showing you the correlation between Dagon then and who's running Dagon business now. If the cap fit, make them wear it. Let's move. Now we go back to Jonah 1 verse 17, because we know based on symbolism and who's actually depicting it in our modern day time, when we were blinded, when we were under menticide, when we were under academic fraud, all these things can parade in front of us. We did not know the difference, but now we know who's representing who. Itkis, that's the fish. Itkis, that's the first fish. Itkis, that's the little fish. Dagon, aka dragon, aka Lucifer, that's the big fish. And who's representing him? That mouth that's speaking great things and attacking the saints of the Most High. That's the other mitre on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Use your sound mind and figure out who you're being warned about that's attacking based on that little horn that's speaking great things and abomination against the Most High. Who the cap fit? Let them wear it. Moving on. We're going to move on some more. So now we have figured out who is Little Horn and who is Dagon. No mystery. They were worshiping Dagon, which surrendered the Samsonites, the people of color, to the fish, to E.S.A.U, and put E.S.A.U in control of them. And that great mouth, which was spearheading the whole thing, attacking the elects of the Most High, the 144,000, the people of color in North America. But I'm jumping the gun. We're not yet in earth. We're still in the sea. Let's stay with the sea. But you know who's still in the sea causing problems in the earth? Right-hand side, bottom section. If the cap fit, wear it. Moving on. Daniel chapter 7. Tells us the same story. We stopped at verse 3. We're going to jump to verse 4. And the first was like a lion. Which country now represents itself as the lion? Which country, I say, represents itself as the lion? United Kingdom. That's the country. And it had eagle's wing. Which country was representing itself as the eagles in Europe, in the sea? The Romans represented themselves as the eagles and wings. That's the left hand. The right hand, same thing. Political power, social power. Same as what we have found when we look at Esau's name, the sea. It expressed political power and social power in the single European act. That's what it's telling you. I beheld until the wings of that eagle has been plucked up, and it was from the earth. Now we're moving into what? America. So Daniel saw where that eagle was plucked up. So it's telling you Esau's reign under the dragon system is going to be plucked up in the earth. We know by now earth is North America, where the United States of America is. Verse 7, and behold, I saw in a night vision, behold, that fourth empire that's coming up right now. That's what it's telling you. A fourth empire is coming up. That's what it's telling you. And behold, I saw in a night vision, behold, that fourth beast, which had the 10 heads in the sea, the 10 heads in Europe. Little horn came before, and he plucked up 3 of them. 3 of them he plucked up, and he spoke a lot of blasphemy against the Most High, and made himself vicar of Christ, and made himself the Holy Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Emperor, made himself all kind of man-made title. But let's go into who those 10 nations are. Let's go into who those 10 horns are, because they're still existing as a political body in the sea, Europe right now. Germans, Swiss, French, Italian, English, Portuguese, Spanish, those are the 3 Heruli, Ostrogoths, and Vandals. They were subdued by Little Horn because they practiced, and they wanted to practice, Arianism. That's a religion that they were saying, no way, Jesus, that white Jesus, or whatever Jesus they're coming up with at that time, was the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, that all 3 were separate. And the Roman Catholic at that time, under the Nicaea Council, was saying, we're gonna make Jesus, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost all in one. If you're not with it, then we're gonna bounce you out and pluck you up. And that's exactly what they did. Those 3 nations were plucked up by Little Horn. That's what your Daniel is telling you. Is it lying? Didn't these things happen? Yes, it did happen. It's telling you all that's going to be happening in the sea, which is Europe at that time. All of it occurred. Bring us back to Esau now. In earth, which is America. Esau's trip from the sea to the earth. We're going to move into Revelation 13, starting with verse 11. And behold, another beast coming up from where? Out of the earth, North America. And he had 2 horns. He had 2 horns. One is democracy and one is Christianity. And he behaved like a lamb, but he spoke as the representative of Dagon, which is Lucifer. That is the sod. That is the deep esoteric interpretation of it. And he, that nation in America, exercised all the powers of that first beast, which was in the sea. The sea just transferred itself over to the earth, but it's the same power structure. And he caused all those who are in America to worship whatever the first nation in Europe had set up. He transitioned it over into America. No different. Same thing that was in Europe, he brought it over here and dropped it on the natives in North America, which is the earth. Let's jump to verse 15. Let's jump to verse 15. This new empire that was set up in America had power to give life unto the image. What image? The Jesus image that you got, where a man hanging on a cross, when your cross is your 5 divine laws being given back to you. Under these Dagon deception, giving you back your 5 divine law as a man hanging on a cross. That's not what the cross is. And should speak and cause them to worship this image. What did your statute say? What did the statute say? Thou shalt not worship any graven or molten image. It said that. So if someone is making you an image Are they helping you to live by your statute? Are they helping you to violate and break your statute? So if it's a religious body coming to you saying they're representative of the Most High and living by the words of the scripture, why are they encouraging you to worship image and to set up image and call it your God when the Most High said, no image, none at all? Not even of myself. He doesn't want any image because he told you no image. So whoever giving you image must be against the Most High, speaking blasphemy, as you're being told here in Revelation. That's what Little Horn and the seed, aka Esau, has given unto you to make sure that you practice these things. And he caused... What is he causing now? Always up to something against the way of the Most High. And he caused both small and great, rich and poor, free and bonded. Receive a mark, receive a symbol, receive something tangible that they can hold and touch. In their right hand, what is your right hand? Your political, the works that you do, that is your right hand. Your laws that you pass, the way you live your life, that's your right hand. And in their forehead, what's your forehead connected to? The top of your cross, which is your head, the thoughts of your mind and what you're thinking. So he caused you to develop a certain way of thinking and a certain way of living your life by his law. Let's move to verse 18, because verse 18, Revelation chapter 13, verse 18, always been causing a lot of problems and misinterpretation of what is being said. But we're going to add some color and some light on top of this verse. Here is wisdom, so you got to come in with wisdom. You got to come in with pardon. You can't come in with your own conceit right now, because it made that disclaimer at the beginning that you're going to have to express wisdom. You're going to have to do some comparative. You're going to have to do some research, and you're going to have to draw upon the Holy Spirit to help you, to guide you through this verse. So throw out your own ideas and come with the Spirit, come with the arts, because it asks you for wisdom before you step up. Let him that have understanding. You got to work to get that understanding. Wisdom and understanding. You got to come into the game with those two to understand this verse. Count the number of the bees. That's the literal. Count the vibration of the beast, because we already discovered red isn't its color. Red is the vibration. So you got to count the vibration of this man. Count the vibration of Esau and the structure that he has set up. The number, the vibration of this nation that was set up in America. For it is the number of man. Whatever the vibration of that beast was, he made sure man got that vibration. He wasn't letting man have his own vibration. What we have covered from the last message is that you as man on earth, you're vibrating in orange, which is a higher color than the dragon, which is vibrating in red. So the dragon made sure your vibration became red, moved you from orange to red. You got the vibration of the beast. The number of man isn't the number of the vibration of the beast. No, he brought your vibration down to what? 666 terahertz. That's what he brought you down to. You weren't vibrating at that number. You were vibrating at 999 terahertz. That's your vibration with the Holy Spirit. As a child of the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He, Elohim, God in our modern day, and of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. If I'm telling you something, I have to be able to back it up. Let's deal with the mark of the beast first. Let's deal with the mark. because you all had the mark long time ago. It's no mark you're getting now. The mark been on you. It's just a booster to the mark that's coming up for you now. But the mark has always been there. Sealed portion, chapter 71, verse 12. I have already explained unto you the meaning of the mark of the beast and the number of his name. And these things pertain to the gold and silver and money which he has you chasing in your thoughts, in your mind, and in the work that you do. Everything you're doing, you're thinking about money as your end goal. Nothing else other than money. That's what the mark that he gave you. No, let's talk about what the Most I think about is mark. 1 Timothy 6 verse 10. For the love of that money that you're chasing down, that's the mark that was given to you by the dragon and E.S.A.U, is the root of all evil. It's the root of your low vibration down to Esau's, down to Dagon's vibration. Because he have you chasing, lusting after this extreme desire to get gold, silver, money, cash, car, house, this, that. Everything he has you chasing in your thoughts first, because everything first develop in your thoughts, in your mind, and then you execute it with your right hand. That's your power to go out and get all those marked things that he has been putting in your vision for you to get. And that has caused man and woman to stumble from the faith, their belief in the Most High, which is telling you, go in, seek ye within first, and everything else shall be added unto you. You don't need to do all that work Lucifer is making you do. You don't need to jump all those hurdles that he's throwing up in front of you. Go within, seek ye within first, and everything else will be added unto you. That's what it tells you. And because you're chasing all that he's presenting to you, it's causing what? Sorrows, deep distress, sadness, stress on top of stress, worry on top of worrying, fretting on top of fretting. And guess what? You don't release these things. You hold on to them, and it keeps dragging you down because you're holding on to all that fretting that you're doing because you're lusting after what? The money that he puts in front of you to lure you, to entice you into doing all the stuff that he's doing. But I have a quick secret for you. I have a quick secret for you. Do you realize that the way he's making his money is against the word and the principles and the plan of the Most High, where he does no work and collect all type of interest of your work? It's called usury. It's called usury. It's called usury. It's against the law of the Most High. He gets you loan because he makes the things very expensive for you. So you have to go out and get a loan. He didn't do any work. He just created money out of thin air because it's a debt-based system that we're in. That's all he did. He created that money out of thin air, but he has you paying interest. So he's getting a lot of money from you over that 30 years for that house, over that 5 years for that car, over that 1 year for the furniture, over all kind of different things. He's using usury. That's how E.S.A.U is controlling you, through the mark. But know that it's illegal in the laws of the Most High. And whatever is illegal, when it tells you that I stood and saw that beast in America plucked out, his system of usury is going to be plucked out. It's coming up soon. The river Euphrates shall dry up, and that shall take away all the wealth of E.S.A.U, and that will prepare the way for the kings of the East, Russia, China, Iran, to run in America to conquer E.S.A.U. Let's move on. We go now to the number of man and the number of the beast. 666. We've heard so many things about it. but no clarity on it. But we're going to clear things up today. We're going to clear it up today. 666 is a force of limitation. 666 is a force of limitation and limiting the freedom of your spirit to move from the third dimension to the higher dimension, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, and meet up with your higher self and the Most High so you can get your knowledge directly from the source. Encircling, we go now to the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, Tablet 15. Secrets of secrets, because we got to figure out the secret about this 666. On earth, man is in bondage. He's bound on this earth by space and time to the earth plane. He's bounded by what? Encircling your planet. Encircling your third dimensional wave is a 666 wave of vibration, which binds you to the third dimension of unfoldment. You can't unfold anywhere else. This man has locked you in with the 666 force field. That's your 666. You're locked in, my people. You can't manifest out of it until different, when the Most High and the Lord tear down that 666. Tear it down. But within you, my people, that's why I said again, go within and you shall obtain all that you need to obtain, because within you is the freedom from your prison, your 666 prison. Within you, the Most High locked the code in you to get out of your own prison. You're walking around with the key to your prison gate. There is no guard holding you there. There's a vibration that was set up, and you have to break through that vibration by raising up your vibration so you can get past that 666 wave of vibration that's circling the third dimensional plane of this planet, locking you in to the thoughts that's being filtered down to you through Ursa Major, Eartha Minor, and E.S.A.U. Now, let's look at that key that's locked up within you. With prayers, that's why you need to pray to the Most High, not jumping up and down, starting your day and going to bed at night, not honoring and respecting the Most High and giving some acknowledgement for being woken up in the morning, some acknowledgement for being given life to last through the rest of the day, and going to bed saying thank you for all of that. You need to pray to the Most High. Get on your knees and humble yourself in prayer. Don't be proud, laying up in bed, doing all kind of prayer. No, be respectful. Be respectful. Get on your knees in your humility and pray unto the Most High. Because prayer, I tells you, come with the vibrational code of 999. That's your escape key. That's one of them to be released from that wave of vibration that's burying you in that 666 force field. With prayers, the vibration of 999 reverses your 666 vibration. You need to pray. Humble yourself and go pray to the Most High and ask Most High and the Lord to break down that 666 that's holding you hostage. Let's move on. Keys of Enoch 305 verse 47. The pattern of 666 is used to identify you with earth vibration. Encircling each planet is a wave of vibration holding you in your state of manifestation. 666 lock you up in the third dimensional plane. You can't come out unless you're going to sleep at night. You go out to the fourth, which is still their backyard, because that's where they're located. In the red zone, they make sure you can't go to any other zone of any other color except red. 999 is your Merkaba, your vehicle of light vibration that gets you out of that 666. That's one of your keys. If you break out to the 999, it will get you to 12, 12, 12, which is your consciousness. Your thought can move out of the third dimensional plane into a higher plane, but your thoughts have to be calm. You have to come with the word, and the word is the perfect light. You have to come with silencing your mind, making sure that you go within, find that power, pray unto the Most High, and ask to be given that access out of 666 to 999, 12, 12, 12. The key is in you. The Most High didn't take it away. It's just forgotten. And it wasn't told to us by those who are controlling the 666. Why would I give you information to free you when I want to lock you up? Let's talk about your key now to get out of that 666 jail. John 21 verse 6. And he said unto them, cast the net on the right-hand side of the ship, and ye shall find, and you shall find. Why is that written in red? That means it's very important. That's one of the signals in your Bible to show you that you're getting something coded, and you need to figure out that code. Cast your spiritual energy, cast your vibration to the right-hand side of your body. That is the ship. And ye shall find that spiritual connection. Move you up to 999, move you up to 12, 12, 12. Look at the right-hand side. That's your kundalini, your spiritual energy, which is coming from the base of your spine, spiraling up all the way up to your head. Now we go to the right-hand side. Your right brain, that's where that energy goes to. Your right brain has all the information that your father and you have given unto yourself for all your lifetime. You got billions and billions and billions of terabytes of data locked up in the right side of your brain. That's why it's telling you, cast your energy to the right side. Wake up those nerves on the right side, and ye shall find the answer to everything you're looking for. Right side of your kundalini, it's called Pingala. The left side is called Ida. That's part of your kundalini. The middle, that pole you see running through the middle, it's called Sushumna. They use this as your medical symbol. They just didn't tell us what it represents. It's called the caduceus, but that's what it represents. Notice this color. Notice the color of each of your chakra points. You notice the color? Doesn't it match these colors over here? Doesn't it match the vibratory colors over here? All being given back to you in symbolism. The same thing. The one lowest, isn't that red? Red, it's red. Where are we? We're on the orange. Orange comes next. That's where your energy from a spiritual standpoint is going to start at. Then you want to move it up to yellow. Red is your root chakra. Orange is your sacrum chakra. Yellow is your solar plex chakra. Green is your heart chakra. Blue, lighter blue, is your throat chakra. Darker blue is your pineal chakra. Purple, violet, ultraviolet, that is your crown chakra, the highest point to get back to the Most High. So do you want the red pill or the blue pill? I say, do you want the red pill or the blue pill? The red pill keeps you with Dagon. The red pill keeps you with the red dragon. The red pill keeps you with E.S.A.U. The red pill keeps you at your root chakra. Or do you want the blue pill, which keeps you at your pineal? One step closer to the Most High. One step away from your crown back to the Keither. Do you want the red pill or the blue pill, as they have brainwashed you into believing that you need to pick the red pill and stay with them? No, you want the blue pill. You know the blue pill is connected to your pineal, which is the gateway back to the Most High. Allah, Yah, Yod, Het, Vahu, Het, Elohim. Can't go anywhere spiritually, can't manifest anything spiritually in the third dimension unless you are connected to the blue, which is your pineal, the blue pill, as they put it in their deceptive movies. The top two, those are the ones that need to be activated to get you back to your Father's kingdom. But the others below have to be charged up and send that energy up to the right side. Send that energy through the middle point and get you back home. Break you free of the 666 force field. 1 Kings chapter 6. And the house which Solomon was building, and the house that Solomon was building was built of stone, made ready already before it was brought to the building site. So that there was neither any hammer, no axe, no tool of iron being heard while he's building the house. That's telling you straight and plain, it's not an ordinary house that is building. It's building you. That's how you build your temple. The temple is you, not a building. What building can you build without hearing hammer knocking, axe cutting stuff, and any tools of iron clamoring? None of that was heard in the house. But let's not stop there. The door for the middle chamber, the door in the Shushumna, was in the right-hand side. That's the Pingala again of the house. And they went up what? Winding stairs. Isn't the Pingala and the Ida going up winding? And the middle part, that's the center chamber, the middle chamber being described to you. Where it's going to get you? Where is it going to get you? To third heaven, which is where the etheric realm is. 1 Kings chapter 6, telling you you need to activate your Kundalini. Then you want to focus your energy as much as you can on the right side energy, that spiral going up to the right-hand side. And the one in the middle chamber, you want to make sure that's fully charged up as well, because that's the one that's going to break you free from all that E.S.A.U, Dagon, and Little Horn have kept you under bondage with. Let's give you some insight on these three things. Let's give you some insight on it. 3 channels of breathing you have within your body. There are 3 channels. 2 connected with your nostril. One is that center chamber. The one on the right side, it's called Pingala. The one on the left side, it's called Ida. The middle one, that rod in the middle, which connects to the wing, it's called Sushumna. That's the one that make you fly out of 666 into 999 and 12. That's what you call when you're leaving your physical body, your consciousness, going to another space and time without being interfered with by the 666 vibration. The Pingala flows through your right nostrils. It's called your solar channel. It brings in the etheric energy. It's called water. That's why it says cast your net in the water on the right-hand side, because you need to pull in, breathe in through your right nostril more than you are breathing now. Your system has been changed to be irregular, so you're not breathing the way you should be breathing. Breathing in that solar masculine energy, which is called water. The Pingala, the right nostril, brings in energy and heat to your body. If your body getting heated up, is because you're getting that solar energy. It carries positive etheric energy to it. That's what feeds your body positive etheric energy. You want to be breathing with your right nostril as much as you can, and then balance it off with your left nostril breathing. It rules the right side of the body, the upper half and the ventral. I'll show you a diagram of it, but know that you breathe it in through your right side of your body. Cast your net to the right hand side. The left side nostril is called Ida. It flows the moon energy, the lunar energy. It's the feminine energy. It is cold in nature, and listen, it gets you sick all the time. Your left nostril is flowing more often than your right nostril, so you get sick frequently because of this imbalance. It keeps down excessive heat, and it keeps you cold and give you all kind of fever and make you susceptible to COVID, make you susceptible to all kind of virus and disease they throw at you. They know these things, so that's why they can run amok and do all the things, because they know you're mainly on your Ida, and whatever they throw at you, you're going to get sick. It carries only negative pranic energy, negative solar energy, and you don't want too much of that. You don't want it at all, because when it brings it, when that left breathing brings that air in to any part of the body that it lodges itself, that air goes to, the one that doesn't get breathed out, that energy is centered in that part of the body and makes that part of the body very vulnerable to sickness and disease. Sickness and disease. Sickness and disease. That's why I'm telling you, they can send you anything now, and they know most of you are going to get sick because they already took your breathing off schedule, and no one told you how to get your breathing back in balance. That's why they say, bring that net to the right so you can bring in that etheric energy that kills disease. They can't exist in that heat when you get a cold and your body start heating up. It's your Pingala working to heat your body up to kill that disease. But what they tell you, go warm yourself up with the ice pack, fling you back into Ida, and you didn't know it. That's why you need to cast your net, one of your net, to the right hand side. Sushumna. That's when you're breathing equally at the same time from your right nostril and your left nostril. You're breathing in, you take a deep breath, and it comes through both nostrils at the same time. That's where it goes down that central tube. That's the Sushumna, through which your Kundalini, where your spiritual consciousness, your spiritual energy rises. It needs Sushumna in order for you to break free from that 666 grid by your consciousness. If you want to project outside of that 666, Sushumna has to be activated. We won't spend much time on the Sushumna. That's more advanced. But what I want you to know, it draws equal amount of air from your left nostril and your right nostril at the same time. Most of that air goes down that central tube and light up your Kundalini, and let your Kundalini energy rise from the base of your spine, the bottom area of your spine, down by the lower backbone, and come all the way up into your pineal, and then light up your crown, giving you that wing to move and project yourself out of the 666 force field. That's where the two energies come together. That's where the Sushumna is needed. It's the tree of life. It's the tree that brings you back to the higher dimension. It flowing, the Sushumna is symbolized as fire and water. Fire for the Pingala, water for the Ida. But flowing, the Sushumna is needed in order to activate that spirit within you so you can enter into the kingdom of the Most High. If a man is not born of water or fire, he shall not enter the kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of the Most High, because the kingdom of the Most High is within you. So if you're not pulling in the right balance of right nostril air with left nostril air to activate your kundalini, that center channel, you are not going to break free and enter the kingdom of the Most High, which is within you. You have a whole lot of power and data and information, DNA, RNA, elements that are in your body that needs to be awakened through your right nostril, through your left nostril, through your double nostril. You have to balance them out the right way to make sure the body function in the way the Most High had put you to function. He put the image of himself in you. Colossians chapter 3 verse 1. If you are to be risen with the Christ consciousness, you got to seek things that are above, where the Christ consciousness sits on where? The right side of your body, your kundalini energy, and also the right side of your body. You got to go to the right side. That's where all the Christ energy, all the Christ information, all the Christ elements of the body, all the Christ cells, all the Christ glands, all the Christ secretions are located on the right-hand side of your body and the right-hand side of your brain. Set your affections on things above. You got to break out of that 666 vibration, not on the 666 vibrational stuff, that mark that he has given you, that money that he has given you, all that coveting of things that are useless and vain, temporary joy. That's all they give you. Nothing substantial and eternal. For you are dead. You are dead. You are dead. And your life is hid within you. The Christ is in you. Right hand side of your body and the center chamber, your kundalini. That's where your power is dormant and waiting for you to find that key to release yourself from the self-made prison, and the prison that the E.S.A.U and the Dagon and the Vicar of Christ, little horn, that great mouth has put you into. Woe unto you, O lawyers! Luke 11:52. Woe unto you, O religious lawmakers, you political lawmakers, you social lawmakers, you economic lawmakers, you food lawmakers. You have taken away the keys, the truth from my people. O children of Israel, children of Jacob, children of Judah, you entered not, you lawmakers. You entered not via the Spirit, you lawmakers. So the people that thought the Lord Melchizedek wanted to go within and find the Spirit and bring themselves back to the Most High, you prevented them from moving into the Spirit. You prevented them, I say, from moving into the Spirit because you were not and you did not want them to break out of the 666 force field that you have set up for them. John 21 verse 11, Simon Peter went up and drew the net that they had cast on the right-hand side. He drew it up. He drew up that energy on the right-hand side, the Pingala. He drew up that energy through his Kundalini, full of great cosmic energy, full of great connection to the cosmic consciousness. 153 was the vibration of that energy. 153 was the number associated with the amount of energy that he drew up. 153. 1 plus 5 plus 3 equal 9. That's where I'm telling you. With prayers, the gematria 999 is obtained. When you cast your net on the right-hand side, you're going to obtain that 999, the 153 fishes, but that's in numerology. When you do the sacred computation of it, it gets you 9. That's what it's telling you is your key to break out of that 666 vibrational field that's holding you hostage. Did it stop there? No, we go back to Revelation 13, verse 18 again. Here is who have the wisdom. Let him who understand and work to understand and do his partest come to the table with information and research. Because that vibration that we're talking about, the vibration of those Dagon and Esau and Little Horn is of the lower vibration that they handed on to you as 666. If you do 6 plus 6 plus 6, that's 18. 8 plus 1 equals 9. It's still a 9. It's the lower 9 that they have set you on. They have given you a 6 for a 9. They have given you a 6 for a 9. And holding you hostage using numerology on you. But, fret not, O children of Israel, children of Jacob. Don't fret, children of Judah. Fret not, because the Most High told you that Esau is going to be plucked up on the earth, which is America. Revelation 21 verse 17. And he measured that wall of that city, Mount Zion, that they're gonna build in America when they pluck up Esau. 144 cubits it shall be measured, which is the same as the measurement of a man, which is the same as the measurement of an angel. They have the same vibration. That is your vibration, your natural vibration. 144. 1 plus 4 plus 4 equal 9. That's your true vibration. A cubit is also 18. If you do 1 plus 8, you get 9 again. That is the right vibration connected with the 999, not the 666, which is the lower vibration. No, we're going up to the higher vibration, which is in green and ultraviolet color. And so the number of man, it's not the number of a man, the number of man who want to follow Lucifer is 666. The number of man who want to follow the Most High is 999, is 144. The number of man who want to follow the Most High is 144. That's the number of the saints, the elect, who want to follow the words of the Most High. We want to get off the 666 and charge ourselves up with the 999, which leads us back to 12, 12, 12, the kingdom of the Most High. That's what's waiting for you at this particular point in time. That's the transition that will be made once Esau is plucked up from America, which is earth. Now, let's talk about how and what you can do to help you with bringing that vibration to the right, bringing up that energy to the right, so you can break out of that prison of 666 vibration that was set up encircling our planet. Now you have to have the willpower to do, the diligence to do it. Work have to be done. You can't not put in work and expect things to be done. No, if you keep doing the same thing, something is bound to happen. If you do nothing, nothing will happen. In the mornings, in the afternoon, and before you go to bed, you want to pull in that Pingala energy. Beginners, you can be standing, you can be seated, you can be laying down. Whichever way you choose. But you want to turn your head to the left. Whichever direction you turn your head, it locks that nostril. Give it a try right now. Turn your head to the left, all the way to the left. Keep your body straight and take a deep breath. Only your right nostril will breathe in. That's how you lock off your left nostril when you're doing this exercise. You can also lock your left nostril. You can plug it with a small piece of tissue, a small piece of cloth. You can do that. But if you don't want to go through that, turn your head to the left. Take a couple of deep breaths. You are pulling in the right side energy. So do that. Lay down, stand up, seated. Turn your head to the left. Close your right hand into a fist. Because what you're doing when you do that, you're not letting your energy drain out through the right side of your body. Your magnetic energy comes in through the left side, 4 points of your left side. It comes in and it goes out 4 points on your right side. Most of it goes out through your right hand, the palm of your right hand. So when you close your right hand palm, you are holding in your magnetic energy and not wasting it. Pull in your stomach and hold it there. That pumps the energy, the magnetic energy into your solar plex and give you the kundalini action to start rising that energy. And you do that, repeat it a couple of times as instructed here. And that will help you to build your energy on your right hand side and in your middle chamber, your kundalini chamber. Also, for the more advanced beginners, you can stand up, turn your head to the left hand side again to shut down the left nostril. So you're only breathing through the right. Keep your head turned left while you're doing these exercises. It will only bring in the right nostril etheric energy. Raise both hands in the air. Close your right hand in a fist. Take a deep breath. Only the right nostril breathing in. And then you rise to your toe as you take that deep breath. Hold that breath for as long as you can. Because when we breathe, because our breathing is out of balance, you exhale too quickly and you don't let the etheric energy do what it's supposed to do because you exhale it too quickly. It needs up to 10 to 20 seconds for it to circulate to the chambers it needs to go to in order to do the activation from a spiritual standpoint. So you have to hold that breath in the body long enough for it to get circulated in the right channels and in the right glands. Do that as instructed here. Morning, afternoon, going to bed, and that will start building up your energy that's associated with the Most High, so you can get that wing as you have seen on the Caduceus. That's how you get your wings, by building up your magnetic energy and your etheric energy that should be in your body doing specific spiritual functions. Now we get back to Esau. We're moving back to Esau. Obadiah 1 verse 4. Though Esau, you glorify, magnify yourself as what? The eagles. Who is the eagles? Who is the eagle? That's the United States of America. Isn't that what it told you in Daniel? Isn't that what it tells you? The wings of an eagle came up from the lion. Isn't that what it tells you? Though you might think and be boastful and glorify yourself as the eagles, and though you have set your nest, your country, among the stars in the higher dimension, you have set up yourself with these red beams, the red horse with Dagon. Thence I will bring you down. Thence I'm gonna still bring you down, saith the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. Fret not, my people, fret not, they're coming down. Seal portion chapter 98, verse 15. And the seat of Satan, which is the seat of Lucifer, shall be glorified, as they told you in Obadiah 1 verse 4. In the latter days they shall glorify themselves above all other nations. They shall glorify themselves. And from this United States of America shall Lucifer and his followers, the E.S.A.U, rule the entire planet. The Bible is warning you left, right, and center who this man is and who is running his power for him right now. He's the eagles. He's in earth. His throne is in the earth. His temple, his rulership structure is in the earth, which is America. Don't believe? You don't believe that it's there? Don't believe that it's there? Let's read on. Let's read on. The pride of Esau, the pride that he has in his thoughts of himself, has deceived you, O Esau. You, Esau, have dwelt in the deep underground military bases, hiding yourself and your power structure there. That you made your habitation in high places in the fourth dimension, lower fourth that is, and the second dimension, those dimensions of red, you have hid yourself. And you say in your heart, you did said it in your heart, who shall bring me down? Who shall bring me down to the ground? You said it then, but you're not saying it now because it's being answered in Obadiah 1 verse 4. You, O Esau, I will bring you down, saith the Lord, though Melchizedek, Jehovah. I had promised you from the first part. I had promised you from the last message. I was going to answer this Obadiah 1:3 question. Here's your answer for written Obadiah 1 verse 4. His kingdom shall be plucked up from the earth, shall be plucked up, that eagle. Obadiah 1 verse 4. Let's run on. Let's run on. Let's prove these eagles out, because I can't tell you things that I can't prove. I can't tell you things I can't prove. Messiah Agadoth by Dr. Doriel. Messiah Agadoth by Dr. Doriel. It is the bird nest. That's where the Garden of Eden is. United States of America, where the eagles rest. The American people are the eaglets. The American people are the eaglets. That's why it's telling you in Obadiah 1 verse 4, though you have shown yourself as the eagles, you have glorified yourself as the eagles, you've set up your country there. United States of America. Revelation 6 verse 4, and there went out that red horse again. There went out that power structure, that red horse set up by Lucifer. And he took peace from where? The earth. Earth is America. They know earth is America. That's what the Native Americans call earth. Turtle Island, earth, America. North America. Revelation 16 verse 10, and the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast. Where is that seat now? As I've been telling you in Revelation and in Daniel, where he moved his seat over to the earth. That's where his seat is. The earth is America. Earth is America. Seal portion chapter 88 verse 38. And now this is the destruction of the United States of America, which is where the seat of the beast is in our latter day times. That's where the red horse, that's where red Esau, that's where Dagon, that's where the great mouth is ruling from. Secretly, but you don't think he's ruling because he's still in Rome. He still extends his power in America through the LDS. They're still ruling that structure. But all of that shall be destroyed as given to you in Revelation 16 verse 10, where the seed of the beast shall feel the vial, which are the calamities that's being poured out by the fifth intelligent, though I am the Lord, though I am the Lord, and they shall know, Though I am the Lord, when I have set a fire to Egypt, when I have set a fire to earth, when I have set a fire to Dagon's foundation, when I have set a fire to Esau's foundation, and destroy all their helpers, destroy all the foundation that they have set up against my people. I shall set a fire in Egypt, fire in the earth. Ezekiel 30 verse 8, say it in the words of the Most High. Say it in the words of the Lord. You can't make any mistake what's going to happen in North America. Egypt, earth to Esau's foundation. Revelation 7 verse 3. But that fifth intelligence, before it does all of that, that it's going to do, that it's going to pour upon earth and eagles, the foundation of Esau, the seed of Dagon. Before it does that, it says, hurt not the earth as yet. Don't hurt the sea, which is Europe, as yet, nor any of the economy. Don't mash it up as yet. Until when? Until when? Until I have sealed the 144,000 in their thoughts of the Most High. Don't destroy anything just yet. Give them a chance to find the Most High, to cast their net to the right-hand side so they can see what the Most High is waiting for them. They can seek and they can find what they've been seeking. Give them some time. Don't wait until the time run out. Don't wait until your time run out, because there has to be a time limit on when that destruction will be held back. There has to be a time limit on when that destruction will be held back. But it says, don't hurt America as yet. Don't destroy Europe as yet. Don't take away the money and the economy, which is the root of all evil. Don't take away the money as yet until I've sealed those servants of the Most High. In their thoughts have turned their thoughts to the fullness of the gospel, and they have moved their energy to the right-hand side. Don't hurt them as yet until they get a chance to do that. Oh, children of Israel, children of Judah, children of Jacob, now is your time. Now is your time. Get yourself ready for what the Most High is bringing. Obadiah 1 verse 9. And Esau's mighty man, Eagle America, shall be full of dismay. They shall be upset. They shall be in confusion. They shall be disappointed that their kingdom is going to lose. They shall be without courage. They shall run and flee when they see what's coming to them. To the end that shall come, 2016 to 2026, the zeitgeist time. Now we're at 2022 up to 2026. 4 more years for the whole thing to be done. But we shall read on. Everyone that is of the mount, the high places of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. The Most High and the Lord promised they're gonna bring Esau down. They're gonna bring his high places down. Do you think they're joking? Or they're just wasting time telling you? No, they're giving you the warning. Make yourself ready, because you're being given time, oh children of Israel, children of Jacob, children of Judah, and the Gentiles. You've been given time. So make use of that time before the hurting start on earth. The hurting starts on the sea. The hurting starts on the trees, the economy. Make yourself ready, but be certain during this time period, the mount of Esau shall be cut off. Obadiah 1 verse 9. Remember, O Esau shall not be around to continue his red rule. No way he shall be around. For Esau for Esau. It brings us back to the cause and the effect that I started out with in the previous message. I got to give you the cause and the effect. For you, O Esau, the violence against your brother Jacob when he was spiritually dead, the violence that you propagated against him, the affliction you propagated against him, the harassment you propagated against him, using his 5 divine laws. You used every one of them against him, kept him poor, in bondage, suppressed and oppressed. You did everything to make sure he has no knowledge of himself. You did everything to take away his Most High from him. You did everything to take away his housing, his community. You took away his opportunity to rule over himself. You took that away, and you took away every opportunity that he had to maintain himself, take care of himself and his family financially. You took him away, and you took away his food. You gave him husk. You gave him meat, starch, dairy, sugar. You gave him man-made plants that you put pesticides in and you genetically modify, but you kept the number 9 food for yourself and gave him the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 8 PLU code food. You did everything to make sure he stayed cut off and locked in the 666 circle of vibration that you put on him. Shame shall cover you, O Esau. Shame shall cover you, and you, O Esau, shall be cut off forever, not temporarily, as you've been giving Jacob all his temporary happiness, chasing all your money and your drugs and your sex and your this and you that, warping his mind with all kind of things you're putting on the screen, all kind of riotous living you're showing him, telling him that's okay, you can do that, YOLO, you only live once. No, Jacob, you're an eternal being. You're an eternal being. You don't live no once. You live many lives. You live many lives. But Esau, all that you have done, you shall be cut off forever. Obadiah 1 and 9, Obadiah 1 and 10, telling you the same thing, but you have to know why you're gonna be cut off, in case you forgot, because you had perpetrated violence against your brother Jacob. Jeremiah 13 verse 18, say unto those presidents and those prime ministers and those leaders and those royals and those emperors and all the people that they have helping them, humble yourself now. Humble yourself now. This is the time. Humble yourself. Sit down and relax yourself. For your principalities, your terrestrial beings, and your celestial beings in all those high places, 4th dimension and 2nd dimension, shall come down. What you gonna do when your principalities are taken away from you? That's why I match it with Obadiah 1 verse 3. We talked about those high places and those principalities that are running things for Esau. They're coming down too. Not only Esau, his whole structure is coming down. And even the crown of their glory, the source of their power, the source of their dark energy, that's coming down too. The whole thing I tear down. Nothing will be left standing of Esau's structure and his mountain that he has set up in earth and in the sea. Obadiah 1 verse 10 again. One more time, you got to know why this is happening to you, Esau. Because of the violence against who? Jacob. Because you were told in Romans 9 verse 12 and Romans 9 verse 13, I said unto you, O Esau, the elder son Esau, you shall serve the younger Jacob. You shall serve Jacob, but you didn't want to go with that. So you joined up with these principalities in high places. They seem high at the time because they were given that time to rule, but it's changing back now to whose time? Jacob's time, Jacob's time. That is time, as it's written, Jacob I have loved, and Esau I did not have much respect for you. You have to know, oh Esau, you have to be reminded, oh Esau, why these things are happening to you and why they're going to keep happening to you until your 5 structures are destroyed, until your 5 pillars of foundation are destroyed, until your religious is destroyed, until your religious structure is destroyed, your political structure is destroyed, your social structure is destroyed, your economical structure is destroyed, and your food structure is destroyed. Those 5 structures shall be destroyed and will be destroyed. That's when it will all be over for Esau. Esau must serve his brother Jacob, because Jacob is the people, belong to the people of the Most High and the Lord. Esau, tying yourself with demonic entities and principalities in low places, but they think it's high places, can't get you the love and the respect of the Most High and the Lord. Brings me to my conclusion. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9, O Jacob, in case you have wondered what will become of you, in case you were concerned what shall become of you, fret no more, concern no more. It's written in the scriptures, it's just not told to us, but I'm going to bring it forward and throw it in front of you. You, oh Jacob, don't worry. For Esau is the end of this world that we're living in right now, this world of darkness, the world run by the red horse, by Dagon, and by Little Horn, and by Esau. The end belongs to Esau. When I change from the time of darkness, Esau has to end. And Jacob is the beginning of the world of light that followeth after. Let me read it for you again, O Jacob. Esau is the end of this world we're in right now at the latter day. And Jacob is the start of the world that comes after. And I saw the kingdom of the Most High, the new heaven and the new earth, coming down in the earth, and it was called New Jerusalem, Mount Zion, and I saw the messenger, the Messiah, and the 144,000 standing on the Mount Zion, giving praises to the Most High. Jacob, fret not. Esau's time ends. He's on a clock that's spinning out of control, winding down. Stand strong, O Jacob. Obadiah 1 verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. You, O Esau, have done unto Jacob, it shall be done unto you. You, O Esau, the reward shall be upon your own head. Whatever you have done, you shall be done unto the same. You shall be given up to the sword. You shall be given up to the fire. You were promised those things for all the redness that you have done. Not only to Jacob, but to the entire planet. Obadiah 1 verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, the spiritual light. And the house of Joseph, that's the house of Joseph Smith, the Ephraim family, a flame they shall be. And the house of Esau will be burnt to a stubble, destroyed by fire. And they, Jacob and Ephraim, shall be kindled in light. The light shall be in them and devour E.S.A.U. They shall get their spiritual awakening. They shall figure out the right-hand side of their energy. They shall be given the instructions from higher places to turn on their light energy, and they shall turn E.S.A.U's foundation into rubbles. And there shall be none remaining of the house of E.S.A.U. Those beings that are red, practicing all those wickedness in spiritual places. There shall be nothing left of them remaining to remind anyone of them. Thus saith the Lord, those Melchizedek, Jehovah. Nothing shall be said except what the Lord has spoken. He has said it. He has said it. Obadiah 1 verse 17, but upon the Mount Zion shall I see the deliverance coming. You shall see it on Mount Zion. It shall be there where the house of Jacob shall possess for their possession. O Jacob, fret not, I've been telling you. Stop the fretting and turn to the Most High. Strengthen your belief in the Most High. Be strong in your faith in the Most High. He told you the ending at the beginning. Believe that what he has said is true, and you shall have nothing to worry about, no matter how much things E.S.A.U bring in the latter day. Vaccine, COVID, monkeypox, all kind of different things. You can't keep your job. You can't go here, or you want to go here, but you have to do this. And making you feel that you're missing something, and you have anxiety to go back to normal. Know that the Most High is telling you that normal is done. The house of Mount Zion, which is located in earth, which is America. X marks the spot that's in the Midwest, shall be yours. That's a new spiritual kingdom coming back to the house of Jacob, run by the house of Israel, ruled and governed politically by the house of Judah. Stand strong, O children of Israel. Stand strong, O children of Judah. Stand strong, O children of Jacob, in your belief and your faith in the Most High. Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He. Elohim, God in our modern day name, and in the name of the Lord, Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, praise be unto you, always and forever and forever.